Liverpool have been one of the best sides in Europe for the last 5 years. Ever since Jurgen Klopp took over the team, they went from being called bottlers to champions of Europe and England. In fact, Liverpool are the only reason that Manchester City did not win 6 Premier League titles in a row. However, with them losing core players like Sadio Mane, Firmino, and Fabinho, then missing out on Champions League football last season for the first time since 2016, there were question marks on whether Liverpool could return to being one of the elite European sides. From drama all summer to signing some new faces, how has Liverpool gone from finishing 5th last season to being in the title race again? After a disappointing 2022-2023 season, things only got worse for Liverpool in the summer when they were publicly rejected by Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia. Despite agreeing a fee with both Brighton and Southampton, both players made it very clear that they want to join Chelsea and not Liverpool, in a time where Liverpool desperately needed a midfield change. On top of that, the entire summer was spent with the fear of Mohamed Salah leaving. Every day a new report would come out about Al Ittihad throwing money at Mohamed Salah in order to land the Egyptian star. It really did seem like Klopp's successful era at Liverpool was coming to an end, especially as they began to lose major key players. I mean, just 2 seasons ago, Sadio Mane left to go to Bayern Munich. He was incredibly valuable, both as an elite left winger and somebody that could punish teams going down the middle. Then last season, Roberto Firmino ended up going to Saudi Arabia. Firmino had been one of the most important players in Jurgen Klopp's system, playing that false 9 role, allowing Mane and Salah to essentially play as wide strikers. There's a reason these guys were considered one of the best front threes in the history of the game, and now Klopp had to revamp the entire system because only Mohamed Salah remained. Fortunately, Liverpool had prepared for this rebuild, and the 4 attackers they've signed in the last few seasons were ready to step up when the team needed them the most. Luis Diaz was signed in the January transfer window in 2022 as the Sadio Mane replacement. The 26-year-old had drawn a lot of interest from other clubs, but it was Liverpool that got him to their team. Diaz is a very speedy and tricky winger. He was the Portuguese league's 2nd top scorer the season he was signed, with 14 goals in 18 matches. He had also contributed 4 assists as Porto sat at the top of the table. He was also the joint top scorer in the 2021 Copa America. With the future of Mane, Firmino, and Salah up in the air, Luis Diaz was the perfect signing. Excellent 1v1 player, superb engine that allows him to run for days. It makes him the most ideal Jurgen Klopp player. He already has 4 goals this season, one of them being a late equalizer against Luton Town to save Liverpool a point. There's no denying that he has big shoes to fill considering what Sadio Mane had done in that position, but if there's anyone that's up to the task, it's Luis Diaz. Darwin Núñez is a name that needs no introduction. He's one of the most unpredictable players I've ever seen. He can either score an absolute screamer or miss an open net. Despite the great memes he's given us, it's clear to anybody that watches him that he has immense potential. That's why Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool signed him from Benfica for a record fee. The 22-year-old had scored 34 goals in all competitions for Benfica before making the move. Despite a slow first season, Núñez has already hit the ground running with 7 goals and 6 assists this season. A lot of people felt that Núñez was the Mane replacement, but in my opinion, he was actually the Firmino replacement. He's obviously a different player than Firmino. He's not as technically gifted, but he's a lot faster, and he provides a direct outlet for passing that makes Liverpool even more direct than they were before. He also just provides another outlet for scoring in the front 3. Núñez's connection with Salah has been amazing. The duo have created the most chances between themselves, 19, and assisted each other the most times, 5, in the Premier League this season. Mohamed Salah has 13 chances created, 1 assist. Núñez has 6 chances created, 4 assists. Fun fact, Darwin Núñez has 7 Premier League assists in his career, and all 7 have been to Mohamed Salah. Realistically, Núñez has all the tools to be an elite striker. He has the speed, the aggression, and an ability to be at the right place at the right time. What he needs is time to develop his finishing and decision making. Right now he's great when he plays off his instinct, but when he has time to think, he usually makes the wrong decision. Regardless, he has been vital to Liverpool's success this season and one of the reasons they're so dangerous at scoring goals. Continuing with the theme of rebuilding with a new wave of young talents, Liverpool signed Cody Gakpo in January of 2022 after a wonderful World Cup campaign. Gakpo had 3 goals for the Netherlands, shining on the world stage. To those that had been paying attention to the Eredivisie, you would have already known that Cody Gakpo was a star, having contributed 9 goals and 12 assists in 14 appearances for PSV that season. He also had 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 Europa League matches for the club. Gakpo has been used everywhere for Liverpool this season, shining most as a number 9 and as an advanced 8. He has 4 goals and 1 assist in all competitions this season. His versatility and unique profile make him so valuable to Jurgen Klopp because there's not a lot of players who are that tall but good on the ball. Klopp is still trying to find the perfect role for him, but as of right now, he's played great wherever he's needed him. Finally, we have Diogo Jota. Diogo Jota was signed in September of 2020, back when Firmino and Mane were still at the club. He was initially signed as a rotational player, but the 26-year-old has been great wherever Liverpool have needed him. He already has 4 goals in the Premier League this season and 3 goals in 3 games in the Europa League. Similar to Mane, Jota is very versatile, being able to play both on the left wing and down the middle. Having players like Jota, Gakpo, Nunez, and Diaz means Liverpool not only have versatility, but they can have goals everywhere. What's crazy is Liverpool didn't just lose the core of their attackers, they also lost the heart of their midfield. Out of nowhere, their captain Jordan Henderson and Fabinho both ended up going to Saudi Arabia. And with Thiago consistently injured, it was obvious that Liverpool needed a complete revamp of their midfield. Their search for the next best holding midfielder led to a summer of embarrassment. So initially, Liverpool went for Moises Caicedo at Brighton. Liverpool had a £111 million offer accepted by Brighton, only for the 21-year-old to inform them that he only wanted to go to Chelsea. With Caicedo publicly saying that he doesn't want to go to Liverpool, the Reds went on to their next target, Lavia. Once again, Liverpool struck a deal with the team, being Southampton this time, but Lavia, the player, rejected the move. Liverpool, who was in desperate need of a midfielder, was now publicly embarrassed not once, but twice. Nevertheless, Liverpool did what they do best. They found new targets to go after, and the 3 new midfielders that they have signed have immediately improved the squad this season. The 3 new midfielders are Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Endo. Szoboszlai, aged 23, joined the Reds from Leipzig in a £60 million deal. The Hungarian captain has made an instant impact at Anfield, racking up 4 goal contributions in 14 games, and earning comparisons with Steven Gerrard already. It's just a comparison, guys, no one's saying he's as good as Gerrard. As successful as Liverpool's midfield has been in the past few years, they've never really had a player like Szoboszlai. Someone who can carry the ball far, somebody who can bang in long shots, somebody that can provide something special in the final third. Nobody, not Jordan Henderson, not Keita, not Thiago, can bang in a long shot consistently like Szoboszlai can. Having a superb engine plus excellent technical ability, it makes Szoboszlai incredibly valuable, and why he's been one of the best midfielders in the world this season. His age also perfectly matches the timeline of the other signings, helping Liverpool build a brand new core at Anfield. The McAllister signing came out of the blue. He moved to Liverpool from Brighton for an initial fee of around £35 million, with sources suggesting it could rise all the way to £55 million. A very good price for a player that had just played a pivotal role in his country winning the World Cup. McAllister's profile matched perfectly what Liverpool was looking for: versatility and youth. Only 24 years old, McAllister has plenty of Premier League experience, having been a key player for a very successful Brighton side, contributing 12 goals and 3 assists in a season that saw them secure Europa League qualifications for the first time. He can play as a 6, an 8, or a 10, with Klopp deciding to use him as a lone 6, with his responsibility being to collect the ball from the back line and distribute. It's a risky decision, but it's worked out so far. It's risky because while McAllister has an incredible range of passing and is great at getting out of tight spaces, he's by no means a defensive anchor. With him playing in that defensive midfield role, you have another smart player that can add creativity to your attack, but it also leaves you very vulnerable defensively. Last but not least, we have Endo. Endo won't get the spotlight like the other signings, frankly because his name isn't that famous. As well, he's 30 years old, much older than the age range of the other signings that we discussed. Having only paid £16.5 million, he's been brought in by Jurgen Klopp to fill the holding role left by Fabinho and Jordan Henderson. Liverpool needed a bit of experience in the heart of their midfield, as well as someone who is defensively strong, having missed out on both Caicedo and Lavia. Endo has 50 caps for Japan and was the captain of Stuttgart for 3 years, playing in the heart of their midfield in the Bundesliga. I know some Liverpool fans have been very critical of Endo's slow start, but for the price paid, I feel like he's been quite solid. His job is to provide depth and stability when he plays, and I feel like he's given that. In a team that is lacking a proper defensive midfielder, Endo can be the guy to fill the defensive holes. He's already had a couple of solid performances, especially in the Europa League, and will only get better as he fully adjusts to playing in England. While the new signings have made an immediate impact, it's been the consistent performance of Liverpool's core players that have allowed them to be back in the title race. Mohamed Salah is showing everyone why he is the face of the league and probably the greatest right winger we have ever seen in the Prem. He is the second top goal scorer in the league with 10 goals and has the most big chances created in Europe. He also has 4 assists. Whenever Liverpool have needed him this season, Salah's shown up, despite the fact that he's playing in a new system with brand new players around him. He's playing far wider than he was when he was playing with Firmino and Mane, but that has not stopped his output. Virgil van Dijk is back to his best as well, looking like the guy that we saw in the conversation for the best player in the world in 2019. His speed has returned and he looks to have fully recovered from that ACL injury. Speed, strength, composure, there's a reason why many people consider him to be the greatest center back of all time. He has been huge for Liverpool's impressive defensive record this season, having only conceded 10 goals in 12 games. When Van Dijk is at his best, Liverpool are at their best. Then behind him you have Alisson, who is, in my opinion, the undisputed best goalkeeper in the world. These three, along with Trent and Robertson, are the remaining core pieces left from the Liverpool team that was just recently in a Champions League final. This is a brand new Liverpool side, a second rebuild for Jurgen Klopp, but one that is looking better than ever. Coming into the season, Champions League qualification probably would have been enough for Liverpool fans. But the way they're playing right now, there's no reason why they can't lift the Premier League title again. It won't be easy, but this Liverpool team has all the tools needed to return back to the top. If you enjoyed this video on Liverpool returning back to the top, you'll love this video on Xavi and how he's reviving a 40-year-old tactic at Barcelona. Click right here.